What is up guys, name is Ray and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. So today we have a new developers discussion posted on the 13th of June. This video will be recorded on the 1st of July, so with a 1-day delay. If you guys are wondering why it is with the 1-day delay, why didn't I record it yesterday, it's basically just because I didn't have any time. This will be like also for future videos, especially mid-July, between mid-July and mid-August. This will be a very tough time in terms of university tests. I will have to do a lot of things for university and this always comes first. I hope you guys do understand that, but definitely it is. So if I do not post or if I do miss out on any content, then that is the main reason. It's not because I don't want to, it's more that I don't have any time. If you don't see me on stream, then that is also the reason. Yeah, so that was just like a short explanation. So in case you guys are wondering if I'm missing out on anything, if I'm not available, then yeah, then that's the reason. But without further ado, let's still hop into the developers discussion. It's a lot of text. I will try to summarize that as fast as possible and as short as possible. So question number one, basically, it would be great if we could teleport between different isles within our realms. The answer to that is yes. During the next version, there will be a possibility that we can teleport between our isles in our Serenity pod, which is very good because I don't want to always walk from the first island to the last island through the whole path. Question number two, when will Paimon be able to enter the Serenity pod? I want to see her in there. The answer to that is that it will be in a future version, probably not in 1.7 or 2.0, maybe later, but we will get Paimon guaranteed as a NPC for the Serenity pod. Then, will it be possible to choose our daily commissions or choose the region, Mondstadt, Leeway, the day before? This is a really good quality of life update, especially if you're like a player that just started recently and you need to fulfill or get some of your achievements. In the next patch, you will be able to choose the region the day before. So if you did your daily commissions, you can choose like your daily commissions for Mondstadt or for Leeway, and it will be set for the next day. Once it is chosen, you will have to, of course, wait to refresh for the next day, and then you will get the specific daily commissions for Mondstadt or for Leeway, which is a very good quality of life change. So for newer players or mid-game players, I'd say. Next question, will I be able to grow vegetables or flower in the Serenity pods? So this is basically, can we play Animal Crossing in Genshin Impact? The answer to that is pretty much yes. Please stay tuned for a sneak peek live stream. So the live stream should happen like, I'd say next week, or maybe this week already. No, I think it will be next week. Yeah, there we should get more information for the next patch, which is probably patch 1.7 or 2.0, however it is called, and they will show the new plant grow feature in the Serenity pod. The next question, will there be a higher load limit for Serenity pod? Pretty much yes. Will you add more emoji packs to the game? Also pretty much yes. So they will include 2 to 6 emojis from Paimon's Paintings collection, and we can use it to chat with our friends. Alright, so the last one is the longest. This one is pretty tough. So it is about Kazuha's elemental bonus along with Sucrose. So why is my Kazuha getting the elemental mastery bonus from Sucrose? So the explanation behind that is they want to avoid that you can stack elemental mastery, because Kazuha is able to buff elemental damage while Sucrose is able to buff elemental mastery. And the idea, of course, that you would have, if of course we do not have an idea of what they are trying to explain during that Q&A, is you would buff you would choose Sucrose to buff Kazuha, and then you use Kazuha to buff your main DPS. So because they both scale off of elemental mastery. And the explanation basically behind this is that it doesn't work. You cannot use Sucrose to buff, you can use Sucrose to buff Kazuha, but then you can't use the buff from Sucrose to buff another character. So I think we just can go over the examples. Sucrose Ascension Talent, Modest Favonius grants all characters in the party an elemental mastery bonus equal to 20% of Sucrose elemental mastery. This is an example of an effect that confers one attribute as a certain percentage of another attribute. Kadeora Kazuha Ascension Talent, Poetics of Fubutsu grants all characters in the party an elemental damage bonus proportional to its elemental mastery. So basically this says Sucrose can buff elemental mastery based on her elemental mastery based of 20%, while Kazuha can buff elemental damage bonus based on his elemental mastery. Alright? And the elemental mastery value used to calculate his elemental damage bonus does not take into account the elemental mastery increases granted by Sucrose Ascension talent. So that is basically what I did explain. If you use Sucrose to buff Kazuha and then use Kazuha to buff Child, for example, this doesn't work. It still works. You still get like the buff, but you won't get the buff from Sucrose. So let's go over this. For example, in a party where both Sucrose and Kazuha have 100 points of elemental mastery each, Sucrose takes advantage of her talent, thus granting Kazuha an elemental mastery bonus of 100 times 20%, which is 20 points. Kazuha's elemental mastery therefore increases to 120. So you use Sucrose to buff Kazuha to increase his elemental mastery up to 120. If Kazuha triggers a slow reaction, which in return activates his talent, he obtains an elemental damage bonus of 4% and not 4.8%. So basically 4% of the 100 elemental mastery and not 4.8 from the 120 elemental masteries. Without this restriction, if we added another effect in the future that would read something to the effect to the entire elemental party's elemental mastery increases in proportion to the target elemental damage bonus of the entire party elemental mastery increases in proportion to the target's elemental mastery, the effect would stack up infinitely. It is also worth mentioning that bonus effects conferred by characters or equipment that directly increases attributes by a certain value as opposed to the percentage, such as the effect granted by 4 pieces of the Instructors artifact set, Albedo's Ascension talent, Homuncular nature, and the effect triggered by the Catalyst sacrificial fragments are not affected by this restriction. So, this is basically just, I guess this is just referring from character to character, not from character to equipment. So, equipment does take count into that, while character and character not, because then infinite stacking would be possible, while with weapon you're like building your characters properly. Yeah, I guess that's what they're trying to say. It's kind of complicated, but I guess I hope you guys did get the point on that. Alright, so with that being said, that's it for the developers discussion day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Definitely make sure to check out my Instagram. I forgot that in the last videos. I just opened up Instagram. We're kind of close to 1,000 subscribers. With 1,000 subscribers, I will open up my Discord server. I'm looking for some mods, so if you are interested in that, try to contact me over any social media platform if we are very close to that goal, and I will definitely make a big celebration here. Then see you guys next time. Bye.